Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and it looks like we're getting to the bottom of the Cocaine Gate scandal in the White House. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Does anybody not think they know who was responsible for the white powder in the White House? You know, Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, the deputy FBI director and the FBI director respectively, have launched an investigation into who is responsible. But Susan Crabtree of Real Clear Politics, who's been on this case from the beginning, she's discovered something very, very interesting. As it turns out, just one day after getting hold of that evidence, getting hold of the bag of white powder, the Secret Service turned it over to the D.C. Metropolitan Police to have the evidence incinerated. How does that happen? Why? What would be the reasoning for destroying evidence in an ongoing case? Let me know. I would love to hear this from former Secret Service Director Cheadle. What was the reasoning behind this? Who were you protecting? I think we all know who you were protecting. I think we all have our guesses of who you were protecting. Let's see. Cocaine's never been seen in the White House. Then guy with known cocaine addiction goes to the White House, leaves the White House, and cocaine is found. This is a real mystery. And then they want you to believe the most secure building in the world, they couldn't see who left it there. That's what they want you to believe. And there was no fingerprints. Absolutely ridiculous what they want you to believe here. I want you to watch this video of Dan Bongino talking about it. This is from a couple weeks ago. Let me know what you think in the comments.
You see all this stuff from behind the scenes.
You're doing this for country, so we appreciate that and we thank you. And we're excited to find out, to roll back the curtain and find out what's deep in the FBI. We have so many questions about those 3 cases we just mentioned. Y'all are doing a deep dive into this. What's the latest on those investigations?
So the moment Kash and I swore in, we realized that the first thing we had to do is rebuild public trust. This is your FBI. It's not mine. I tell the employees every day, you don't own it, you don't own it, I don't own it. It's like being the center fielder for the Yankees. That'll live with you forever, but you don't own the Yankees. It's a proud franchise. The place has taken a reputational hit. There is zero question about it. There were a lot of bad actors. One of them still out there causing us all kinds of trouble. So we had to fix it and rebuild public trust. One of the ways to do it is these cases of significant public interest that matter. You know, we had 2 pipe bombs planted on January 6th. I mean, we were told by partisan actors out there this was the insurrection, the world was going to fall apart, and no one seemed to show any interest in this case. The second we got in, I put a team on it, and I said, I want answers on this. And I'm pretty confident that we're closing in on some suspects. The reason, by the way, I use social media with these cases, I'm trying to communicate on social media, is nothing's by accident, guys. I do nothing by accident. Every time I put a tweet out on it, we get tips. We got a fascinating tip on one of these cases, one of the 3. I don't want to say which one, but I'm pretty confident that we're going to close out one of them, hopefully shortly. And in the cocaine in the White House, you know, I saw someone on social media, which is fine. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. We work for you, but said, I don't care about the case. Yeah, I do. I was a Secret Service agent. A potentially hazardous material made its way into the White House. Nobody seems to know how it got there, and nobody seemed to investigate it fully. Like, you know, what planet do we live on where that's not of public interest?
So you're faced with this interesting thing. I've known you since I was a kid, and I know your instinct